there are different events for the different age ranges, but I also believe that it can come down to maturity as well. But it's also something that we have to bear in mind. A child or an adult can be extremely mature, but at the end of the day, for their age, there are certain things that they should not be exposed to. And also, as a society, we should, even though it is something that may be oriented, we should also take in mind that if you do end up seeing a teenager somehow, um, you should know on your end as the mature person to maybe ease off of the certain things that you may do, but still have a good time. That's how I
Because,
see it.
so I'm going to ask, remind me of your name, darling. Brianna, right? Brianna, okay, I remembered it. So here's the interesting twist to it. So I've heard individuals posit the argument of when you go to a lot of these fests, no, it's not even just the behavior, because the behavior is one thing. People head punk wrong and other body parts in there and all of these things. But then you will hear some individuals who literally say, oh, my mommy go on fet yesterday. Like when I was teaching, I would literally hear students say, sir, my mommy go XYZ fet yesterday. The drug guitar, the vibes mean good now. And I'm just like, wait. Now rewind the tape. Now I'll go back a little bit. You who? And they're like, my mommy or my daddy or the whatever. And so part of it is also the fact that even if we can sit here and say, well, this really and truly shouldn't happen because of what is taking place, you then have a situation where the behavior is being sanctioned by parents.
Right.
Because one, who will buy the ticket? Because let's be so for real. A lot of these fet tickets are $100, $150, $200, $300. The money has to come from somewhere. Two, whose house are you leaving? Because some of these fets start at 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock.
Yes.
Correct, you are. And so if you look at the background that leads to the fet, a lot of it is parental consent.
Right.
So what do you think about that part? Because what part do you think the parents play in controlling what the children are involved? Yeah, Tanti, this question for you, that good private school education, come on, man. And you go to a Catholic school, you should know about the Lord.
Right.
Christ the King.
Let's
Amen.
hear what the Lord has to say.
Give him some praise. Hallelujah.
I believe that we don't allow the children to be children these days. I think we allow them to grow up too fast, especially allowing the children to go to sex with their parents. I think that's a bit of a stretch because I don't want to see my mom say something. That's kind of inappropriate. As well as the parents giving them permission to go to these fets, but then if they was ask the parents, for example, to go to the movies the week before school is to open, oh, that's dangerous.
Right.
I feel like it's kind of hypocritical, especially the parents. I know when they were growing up, they couldn't go to sex outfits. So
Right.
why is it that they're allowing their children to go to these sets that should be over the age of 18, in my opinion, like the others would have said? And, that's weird.
And then there's complaints that the children are being overly exposed. But as a parent, what are you doing to prevent that? If you're taking your child to a fet.
Because
that
one
is
of the things that we
right.
need to take into account and do understand, the general rationale behind things like age restriction is the idea that there's certain behavior children are to be protected from, and then there's certain things that children should be exposed to.
Right.
So, for example, church is not age restricted because all children should be exposed to some sort of religion.
Right.
School is not age restricted because there's a general understanding that education is universal and applicable to all.
Right.
However, fets have age restriction because let's be so for real. When you have, let's take for example a fet like Rise, which is supposed to, the theme of it is more water and paint. People are going on two-piece.
Right.
And they bend over the two-piece.
Right.
And then the thirsty man, and them as thirsty men will do what thirsty men do, right? And so understanding the context of what takes place, it then begs the question, okay, when do the parents say...
When
you
do
know,
they take part in
correct.
Right.
Yeah, because for me, I remember when my niece graduated, when she finished All Saints, she's like, Uncle, this summer I want to go to Rise. I said, I think the hell not. I said, I think the complete hell not. Not in this lifetime,
think it's
not in the
appropriate.
next lifetime, not even in the lifetime after that. Yeah, go Tanti. Not you, may tell you. My niece turned 18 a couple weeks ago, and she's like, oh, I think I want to go to a friend. I was like, oh, sure. By all means.
Yeah, because
You're an adult.
But
right.
2 years ago,
No.
Tanti, you'd never knock your head first.
Yeah.
Right?
And then also, alcohol is being sold.
Oh, okay.
Think about the bartenders.
Oh,
Every
okay.
single person that comes to me, I'm not going to ask them, let me see your ID.
But
Because
what me-
Rise holds like 400 people.
But let me show you how adults are also the problem. Because we're thinking about fets. No, let's bring it back. So for the past couple of weeks leading up to Carnival, every week they will have this kind of jam con in town that they block off.
Yes.
I think
Yesterday
that's
it was
State Street or something like
Jamcon.
that.
Yes.
And you'll see. So I will drive in town because I live in town. I'll be driving in town, and I will see children that I taught. So I know their age, mind you. Let's be cognizant of that. So I'm not speaking from a position of ignorance. These are children that I taught.
You know.
So I know what their legal age is. And one spliff on one side of the mouth and two rude boy in their hand.
Lord.
And let's add layers to this. You can't tell me that you can't look at somebody and tell that they're 13, 14, 15.
Oh, yes, you can.
Which means you as the
Yes,
adult,
you
you as the adult who is selling, you are aware that this person
But
is
they don't
beneath the
care.
legal
No,
age.
they don't care.
However,
They don't
with
care.
no restraint, you say, you know what? Yeah. Oh, Miss McCann get too rude boy, $20.
And that's
I
why they
just
say
gi-
money is the root of all evil.
Yes.
Because money is being given to them, they do not care. Now, if a child was to come and ask them, hey, buy me rude boy, they would be like, no.
So
I'm
let me
not buying
ask
that.
y'all a question. Zian, have you ever been to a fete?
No.
That didn't sound too
No.
confident like that.
No. No.
That they sound like one lie mix up
No.
in the other one. That answer didn't sound too resolute. Brian, have you been to a fete?
No, me.
So we see part of the problem here. You ever been to a fete, Soleil?
If you count my primary school's Mayfet, then yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that don't really count. Yeah. They're picking niggas sudden. Tell me.
Counting carnival.
No, they don't
events?
count. They don't count.
No,
They don't count.
apart from carnival events, no. I've been to Phase Off, I've been to Party Monarch, not any fests.
And those things I don't necessarily have a problem with.
Right. it's
Because then
carnival.
we have to bridge, in order for culture to continue,
Exactly.
young people have to be exposed to culture.
Yes.
So if you tell me, okay, I have given consent to my niece to go to Calypso Monarch, no problem. I've given consent to my daughter to go to Soca Monarch, no problem. Because this is how culture continues. And
Right.
that is a factor.
We need to
That's
understand
good.
in order to keep it going.
But
we need
however,
to have an understanding.
everything in life is in moderation.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, Calypso Monarch. Yes, whatever else you want to do. Yes, teenage party picking a son, of course.
Yeah,
Let the
you
children go
support
and enjoy
experience.
themselves and not be
Yeah.
bad-minded, right? But when you go come to me at 16, 17 and be like, Daddy, I want to go to XYZ. I think the hell not.
No.
Not t-shirt mask.
Oh, yeah, get there. Who for house you
Hold on.
left?
Who'll pick you up?
And
Hold
will you be
on.
alive when you come
You
back?
got for walk.
Because we
Hold
may
on.
need to take you into a church to bury you. It's not going to happen, right? And so these are the kind of things. But then the question has to be, how do organizers ensure that the individuals who are coming in are the age they are?
I want to touch on that.
More
point.
hear your uncle. Come, show them that good private school education. Talk to me.
Not necessarily with just the organizers on their age, but I want to touch on the fact that we have to look at the problem and think of a solution. The problem is having these young people in these quote unquote adult fests. But if we look at it properly, can we really put all the blame on them? Because apart from Carnival, what else is catered for the children?
In terms of what?
In terms of,
Entertainment.
because for the
TV?
young people.
Oh, I feel
No,
this.
no, no, no,
no. Why I feel this?
no.
No, black.
TV and
No.
church and school.
Bro,
No, why is it I see more
TV,
bars
church,
than
and school.
arcades?
That's a
Why
good
I see more
point.
bars
That's
than
a good
arcades?
point.
And we see
Exactly.
people
Because
stuck
people
around.
must drink rum.
Yeah,
No.
but
So we
children
can
must
have
have
fun.
fun.
And
That's
as
the
young
problem.
people
Yes.
going into school and CXC, we have
We
a
need
ton of
leisure.
built up
Yes.
stress,
Right.
just like the adults. So instead of having a situation where we have to wait for 1 or 2 months in the year to finally relax ourselves, while the adults can wait 3-4 times in the year.
Oh, we're big
come off
people.
when
I want to
they're
do
ready.
guitar.
No.
But
No.
it's
You
a
have to
situation-
understand, big people pick me.
I understand what Zian is saying, but at the same time, I don't
Mhm.
think the children would stop going to these events, no matter how much
If
we
something
implement
was
Okay,
more.
so
there
then
would
here's
be a
my
I don't
thing.
think it will make.
So
no, I
there
don't
is
think so.
merit in what he's saying, and I'll
Right.
show you from the perspective where the line is drawn about about rum shop and arcade. Go watch TV, right? I'll give you this. One of the things that I've often argued is that there needs to be more mechanisms to engage young people,
Right.
right?
Yes.
And in the broader
Definitely.
scheme of life. So, for example, I am the founder of the National Youth Parliament Association. And so I've had the opportunity to see youth work first. So it's multiple things. It's layered. One, most of our youth activities happen in the city. So if you live Freetown, Wilkies, even Liberta, places like Bowland, you're often excluded because everything is happening in town.
In town.
Volleyball is in town, basketball is in town, track and
Netball
field
is
is in
in
town,
town.
netball is in town, enjoyment is in town, clubs meet
Movies
in
in
town,
town.
movies is in town. Everything happens in St. John. So that's one layer of the problem. The second layer of the problem is we haven't found a mechanism to take things out. Number three, we haven't also found a way for the community to offer things that young people can get involved in.
Right.
Because it would be great if I could do something in my own village. And then four, we also have the problem that even though there are groups that exist, so there's Girl Guides and Scouts and so on, these groups are often reliant on funding from churches or other
And I don't think
organizations.
that they're heavily
whose-
promoted either.
Correct.
Because the last time I saw something was like a year ago.
Correct. And so what
So-
ends up happening, you have a lot of young people that don't know there are things for them to do when they are. And I've had, over the past 3 or so years, I've had a myriad of groups come in here, all youth related, talking about the things they're doing, and all of them are saying the same thing: we need more young people.
Right.
Yes.
So part of the problem is a lot of young people don't know what there is to do to relieve the. It can be not, I ain't paying a bill, but I have stress. Me able. The answer I have stress.
There's other forms of
Yeah,
stress. It's
yeah,
not
I
just bill
understand.
pain.
I understand. The answer, he has stress. Uncle, no problem. You have stress. See, right?
You
But
know,
it's a layered matter that I think we have failed to address properly. Because we need to have ways for young people to be holistically involved. When I was going to grammar school, the routine was wake up 5 o'clock, catch a bus, go town, grammar school from 8 to 1:30. 1:30 to 1:35, all I did the pipe in front of the main building. Now we wash our shoes and so kind of, you have to look fresh up on the road, you know. So Christ King, y'all go past cross, yeah. They go past to high school, you look fresh.
Yeah, for the
Let me tell you how it goes.
naturally.
And then you're going to end up in a few places. Then people that like track, then go YMCA and run because they're practicing to be donkeys or something.
YMCA?
Yes, go.
Yes, go, yeah, then go up so, right? The quote-unquote hot man and them go YMCA go line, sit down on the benches and hope that one or two girls come, smile in their face. And then the other set of them are going to go, because at the time there was an arcade behind Old Treasury. I don't know the name of the road, but there's High Street and then there's the road below.
I think I know.
The
That
name of the
way
street
the movies used to be?
Yes, that road below,
Where
right?
it was now Burger King and then it's
Correct.
Right.
And so a lot of young people would end up there. And then we all know the public library. Y'all don't go there to read or do homework.
No.
To steal
I
Wi-Fi.
go
Pure
there for
internet.
thief Wi-Fi and socialize and babes meet me. They like
Hey, it's a form of socialization, so it's not that bad.
Correct. And it's controlled because adults are there to moderate what happens, right?
so
Yes.
But outside of those thin options, most young people don't have something controlled.
They don't.
Right?
And then that's where our dependency on social media comes as well, because most parents complain that, oh, they're just on their phones, but a lot of times it's like, what else
Yeah.
is there to do?
And I think COVID killed a lot of things.
Oh,
Because
yes,
a lot
it
of groups
did.
that were
Yes, it
in
did.
existence just went to zero.
It really did.
Again, I have to reference my nieces. So there was a day I went by my niece's, my mom's house, the house I grew up in, and I walked into my niece's room. I was like, why are you just inside the bedroom doing nothing? And I didn't realize I walked in and interrupted her Instagram live. So media asked, she like, yo, why your room so dirty? And she's there like, uncle. Like she's trying to signal to me to be quiet. Right? And then I looked at her phone and I saw like, the number that says how much people are watching or whatever.
Right.
And I was like, oh crap.
The
And
5
her whole
people.
life was about, her
How you
whole,
know it's by people?
it was probably 5. Her whole life was about like they had pictures of people and they were rating them or whatever.
Oh.
Some like that they were doing.
Yes,
I-
about
Yeah,
6
so now
people,
entertainment
But
is
that was-
mostly digital.
Correct, and
Yes.
that was her only form of
And that's,
It was the
entertainment.
only
yeah,
form,
that's where
and
lots
then-
of entertainment comes from
Right.
boredom. Many people do stupid things, very creative things, lots of things through
Boredom.
boredom. So, like
So
us,
can't go
as-
into a big people fertilize illusion.
No, that's
No.
not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that that's just generally the case. People invented things because they were bored. So what the minds of today, people who are in power, the question that should linger in their minds is, what can we do to solve these young people's boredom? What I found, my personal experience, I've joined lots of clubs, mainly because I found, okay, other than school, well, how else can I leave my house
Right.
and have my
Right.
parents approve of it?
Because really and truly, no, and I'm going to be so honest, right? Parents, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. It's not that they want to get involved, they just want to get away from you. I've interacted with a whole bunch of young people and they're like, yo, why you in like 6 clubs? Because when I have a woman, my mom and I have a time for washing dishes coming today.
No, it's just
Yeah, that's
to
relatable.
do stuff.
It's like
to do stuff.
it's literally just
Yes.
to keep you guys occupied.
Right.
And there are some people who do it well, and there's some people who fail. So, for example, when I was at SNRA, my school there was dance club, there was theater, there was this a whole bunch of sudden.
They had a netball
Choir,
team as well.
There was
Yes.
all kind of sports. I used to tell people SNRA doesn't finish at 1:30, finishes like 4.
Right.
Because there's a whole bunch of activities
Yeah.
Which I
happening
commend.
almost every single day.
Which is it's
Right?
good.
Because
Great.
When I was going to grammar school, all things end at 1:30. Come, go home and go to your yard.
Oh.
I know that Academy has like a glee club. They have an interact club. Grammar school and high
They
school
do?
shares the interact club, but it's more christianmingle.com.
Yes,
know,
and it only happens on Friday.
It only happens on Fridays.
So like, what will happen to the rest of the days in the week?
So then there are a lot of gaps in terms of keeping your brains and meeting. When if you're all aboard, go and read the Bible. Go to church. Churches don't have
Manix,
youth club and so now.
many young people don't like to read. Many young people
Yeah,
can't
Oh,
Well,
read.
right.
you could watch
The
it on
literacy
YouTube.
rate is
it's
really
not they
going
don't
down.
like, it's that they can't.
It's going on.
But that's a whole other story for another
Yeah, it's
episode.
another
It's
story.
not they don't like, they can't.
Yes, I said that.
But we have to be accepting of everybody, right? So then so how do we then balance that? How do we then mitigate young people being exposed to or in environments that are not conducive to them while enabling them to enjoy carnival safely? Because the culture has to continue.
It has to continue.
The traditions have to continue. It is the summer, the carnival, the summer's greatest summer festival. We know all of that. But then how do we make it safe and enjoyable?
That's a good question.
I think one solution is make way more events that are catered to children, and don't make it just like, okay, a one and done. Make it kind of like something you have to train for and build up to, something similar to like teen pageant.
Oh, wow.
Because
yes.
here's the thing, right? During teen pageant, it took up like how much? It was practiced from 5 to 8 for a lot of the time, for majority of the time, I think.
Right.
And that kept me engaged. That like allowed me to, okay, I don't have time, go home, really do whatever I want. I have to leave my house, interact with people, learn skills, and then leave. We should have more events that kind of surround the same feeling to make more of a summer camp to occupy these children. And kind of have like
Good
the
point.
same kind of a similar mechanism in which, after, you win or you place or whatever, you get to go to certain things for free. To kind of like, okay, to other children,
It
they see,
continues to engage you.
yes, to see other children, oh, they get to go this for free, get to do that for free, they get to do all of this. I can do that too.
Heavy
Engage.
and
Because
free.
remember, children are competitive,
Right.
right? So
Naturally.
that's
I think y'all are sheepish.
What?
yes,
sheepish.
that's it.
If
That
5
is it.
people do it, 20 people will follow.
Oh,
Yes.
oh yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Because remember
yes.
the whole idea of peer pressure, fitting
That's-
in, So teenagers are sheepish.
Yes,
Not in
that's
an
why
insulting
type
we
sense,
one
are.
challenge.
but
Oh,
in
we
terms
are.
of a follow the pattern kind of
Follow the
mentality.
pattern,
Yeah,
and we
yeah,
need
yeah.
more courageous teenagers.
And that's how I used to call my students baby sheep. Like
Yeah,
anybody who ever
follow.
taught, they would tell you,
Yes,
hey,
but nobody wants to be a
follow,
leader.
follow.
yeah, he called us baby sheep.
Yeah,
Nobody like to lead.
I'm
no.
the shepherd, follow me.
Ano-
I'm following you to learning.
Another thing is that many young people, I don't want just say young people, it's just many people in general, they like to play it safe too much. Like in the fact that they won't do stuff for themselves. They like to follow. We need
Yeah.
more like leaders.
Independent.
Yes, and people who would go like actually go out and show them or like, talk to them about these things. Because
So I'm going to allude you to a conversation I was having with this young lady before we started the show.
yes.
In terms of there's the great majority who really and truly do nothing and aren't really impressive, don't really stand out.
Yes.
And then you have a small set of people that do stand out. They are involved in debate, junior science,
They do
quiz,
everything.
deputy head boy,
Everything.
student council, blah,
Everything.
blah, blah, blah,
Small
blah, 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 blah.
That was me.
And I was saying to her, I was that
Same.
child when I was going to grammar school, right?
Me too.
Everything in life.
Everything.
Debate,
Every group.
deputy head boy, the whole 9 yards,
Every
right?
Oh,
category in
And
Yes.
I've
somewhere.
continued that even into adulthood. And more than likely, 10 years from now, I'll be looking at you guys and you guys going to be doing a billion and one things. Because you're never going to stop.
No, Manix, a
But the
billion and two.
important background to it is it's because parents are involved. Their parents saying, it's okay, go ahead, push, do that next thing.
Motivate.
There is the intrinsic motivation sometimes even inside of them to have them do these sort of things. So the problem is we have a lot of sheepish young people because there aren't a lot of parents behind them, backing them and telling them go ahead. So even when I saw Zion's dad, that stood out to me because let me tell you something. we are riddled with a society of horrible and useless fathers.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And so when you have
Right.
parental involvement, when you have fathers saying, go ahead, do the
Do
best
this.
you can,
Right.
stand out, be that person, you then have a greater number of young people. So
And
really
then-
and truly, the society needs to shift to
Right.
enable
And
better
then
young
that
people.
also plays out with the child's behavior. Parents are simply not paying enough attention to their
To their
children.
children.
So after school, they're like, okay, school finishes at 1:30. You don't hear from your child until they reach home at 5. How do you know what your child has been doing from 1:30 to 5?
Now let's even translate it to the carnival season. Because a lot of these young people that you all see out and out, a lot of their parents don't really know.
No, they don't.
they
They
don't.
have
You
no
would be
Sneak out, them sneak out.
surprised.
So
They
then
don't
when
sneak
things
out, they walk
happen-
out. Nobody's there to tell them don't go.
When things
Uh-huh.
happen, it's like, oh, I didn't know.
So
She
then,
just told me she was
correct.
going.
So then here it
Yeah,
is.
quite
You're
on the
getting a
creek.
call from the hospital. Hello, you're the parent of, you're the guardian
Right.
of XYZ. They were at XYZ function for carnival.
I didn't know
and
she
they
was
are
there.
gone. It's like, what do you mean? Me left she home? Yeah, you left she home and that was it.
Yeah, the parents, unfortunately, they're not paying enough
Uh-huh.
attention to their children, and that also plays out academically.
Correct.
At the end of most school years, a lot of parents are like, oh, I never received any report that my child was basically
Lady kind of come
performing
and collect
poorly.
no report.
So then it's like you receive 6 report cards because you get midterm and you get end of term.
Correct.
You receive 6 report cards and you never made the effort to say you need to get up in this subject, in this subject, in that subject. But then when the end of the school year comes, is the most parents show
Woe
up.
is me.
All of a
Woe
sudden, all the
is
parents
me.
are involved and all the parents are at the school and have the most to say. But where were you in December?
Not
Where were
only
you in
that.
April?
Not only that. And
They,
lots
they
of
were
them
at the
like
fest
to,
with their children, but
Right,
they weren't asking
okay.
if they had schoolwork to do.
lots of them like to tend to say, oh, you may get this and this and that, we're gonna lash you, and you
Right.
can't leave the
Mix
room.
is not
Right,
And
back
then
then.
always
that
the
doesn't,
response.
yeah,
Yes.
that doesn't, no, that's the thing.
Beat them.
No, no matter how much you beat a child, it doesn't solve the
doesn't
solution
solve
in the fact that,
anything.
okay, they're not performing in a certain thing. Okay, they're going to be fearful of a belt, but
It just
without the,
numbs them
yes,
down.
It just
Yeah.
yes,
right.
without the belt, why am I doing this?
And that actually will just make the child more
You see, and
scared
that's why the belt
instead
should
of
be the only
motivated.
reason.
Yes.
That will just be like, okay, I need to get up in this subject. It's not a thing that let me work harder to get up. It's like I have to.
Hey, you see, all these are. It's sad to say they're structural problems, and so
Right, it is.
for
it
me,
really
I
is.
have no children. Praise God, He saves. Yet, might I add, I'm also 27, so I do.
You have time, you have
time. You coulda
going
for Croatia, man.
Unfortunately, there's a gender barrier. This is in the United States.
Which should not
Yes,
be
there
right.
should be
There
a-
should be a king.
Yeah, they should be. I'm saying
King
right
and queen
now.
of carnival would be
Yes,
wonderful.
that'd be wonderful. Cause here's the thing. I
The
think
king of carnival is the Calypso monarch, if it's a male.
Okay.
So there is
yeah,
technically
that's-
a
Okay,
king
so
and
if it's
queen.
not male, because last year was not male, last year was GE,
Co-queen,
so there's no king.
basically.
No.
So the country is
No.
just females.
Who run the world?
Oh, okay, right. Okay. If the men have no issue, then why should I?
Right?
No,
so
if the
then,
men
so
have
then
no
I'll give you this. So parental involvement is important because I see all of these things. As I said, it's layered.
Yeah.
I always tell people, any given day, I know where my nieces are.
Right.
I know their schedule. I also, if I call my sister can tell exactly where they are.
Right.
yeah.
And if I call them, if I'm concerned, they're going to tell me the truth. I'm going to tell how I tested it. There was a theirs in Community First,
Mm-hmm.
which is right next to grammar school. And I saw them because my second niece, she goes to high school.
Mm-hmm.
And her sister goes to Jennings, so they were in town together. With some girl, I didn't know the girls. They're probably their friends. I don't know them.
Right.
They came out to the ATM at Community First and they started to walk back in the direction of ARG. And I called my niece and I said to her, "Where are you?" Well, when she answered, she said, "Hi, uncle." I said, "Where are you?" She said, "Oh, mommy just sent me to the ATM, so I'm walking back to the store." Mind you, she didn't know that I could see her,
Right.
right? But she told me exactly where she was. She's like,
But
"Yeah,
that
me and my friends are
confidence-
walking
that
and
confidence is built because
Correct.
most children, they don't have that with their parents because their parents never allowed that to happen.
Yes.
It was never allowed. It was always a thing like, oh, mommy, now study me, so come live for my life.
Yeah.
Then when the child gets older, the mommy wants to be the most involved.
Or they just walk
It's
up and
just-
say,
it's
"Mommy, I
just
can
not
get
how it works.
150." There's no question as to why I need 150, but
Yeah.
they're gonna give you the 150 and
Right.
they're gonna end up at a fet.
It's just, it's a,
That's
it
why
starts in the home. It really does.
And I think
We have
this,
a serious problem.
Oh, we
Oh.
do.
I think the problem is that many parents, well, not only are they, some of them just lackadaisical. That's not a word. They are just very, they don't. Not only some of them, they don't pay attention to their kids. Some
No,
of them,
they
they think it's very taboo to leave their house.
Mm-hmm.
To the fact that the children themselves, in terms of, okay, I want to I want to have fun with my peers, but I actually cannot leave my house. Some of them resort to sneaking out because
right, and that's right. Go ahead.
yeah, because that's the only way I can, and I believe is not only detrimental to the child because you're caging them, but it's also detrimental to the parents because no matter how much what you say about your child, 20 years down the line, they're gonna remember that now.
They're gonna
They're
remember.
Oh,
yes,
the time,
they
the
remember.
amount of times when I try to talk to you, tell even mental health because
Right.
yeah, some parents they think mental health is not a thing.
It's a joke.
Yes, it's a joke. So how much
Y'all
years down
just
the
being
line?
emotional.
How much years down the line, parents need this, parents need that. They're gonna remember, oh, I tried to tell you this and this and that. You never been listening to me. I tried to tell you about my mental health. You never listened to
Never
me.
listened to
Why
me.
should I help you now?
So then also with the restrictions, it comes with overdoing.
Yes.
So when you restrict a child too
So when
much,
Zion does go out now, Zion
no,
have
it
cheeky all
really,
in front of
it
you.
really does because I can say that
So for-
firsthand. My parents were never strict because my parents and I, we had a relationship where I can tell them, Mommy, I'm here, and Mommy knows I am there. So because she never restricted me so much, and any club I said, Mommy, I want to join this club, she allowed it. When I go out, I don't feel the need to overdo. But when you've been caged for so much years, and Mommy finally make you go face off, it's like, I have to
Yeah,
Cackle in the
yeah,
pasture.
I have to make up for the
Never
time
see
I
so
missed.
much grass in
You
their
never
life.
see so much and so much
Just
beauty.
can't
That's-
control yourself.
So that's where the overdo comes in. So and a lot of
Yes.
parents that they like to say, "Oh, I'm not make it go out again because of overdo." But the overdo comes because you never allow them to express themselves. You never allow them to go out.
So then, by show of hands, how many of you can say your parents have given you free reign to express yourself? Wow, must be nice.
We have a full house here.
must be nice to have good parents. I'll be like you
I
when I
think
grow
it's
up.
all about balance. If
Yes.
you allow
Right,
your
it's
child
balance.
to go out on this day and tomorrow they want to go out, it depends on their
Yeah, that's
performance.
overdo.
It
Right.
can
Yes.
all do it academics. It can all do it sports. It depends on how you decide to raise your child. But keeping them confined to just their home for so many years, and then when they turn 16, you're like, okay, you can go to face off. I'm like, yes, I can find
Right, and don't get me wrong, academics is important because if
Very
you
important.
are
You
a
can't
failing
dance and
child,
go.
you're not gonna wait simply.
You can't trip it and go.
You just repeat and you tell me you want to go face.
If
off.
you
It's
trip it down, the
impossible.
four corners of this house are your best friend.
Impossible. But let's say middle of the school year, Mommy decides that I want to go movies. Okay, you've been doing good, you've been behaving, you've been doing your chores, no problem. But this thing that you can only go out after the school year is finished, I don't believe it's healthy. Sometimes
Yes.
you simply need leisure from school.
That's why you all need to go to church on a regular basis.
That too. You need a escape. Sometimes everything is not just academics. You
And
need
so,
a
to
form
some
of
extent,
escape.
I tell people all the time, I don't know if I should appreciate it or just accept it. So I had, I don't know. My father is a person who contributes carbon dioxide for the trees, right? However, my mother was in the same house as me, but my mother was a very laissez-faire parent.
Oh.
Right?
Ah.
When I tell you a very laissez-faire, hands-off kind of parent, my mother didn't really intervene very much. So most things was my choice.
Ah.
Subjects I did were my
I
choice.
think I'm halfway between
Going to
that.
college was my
Right.
choice. I could probably get up at 12 o'clock and walk out to the house, and she'd be like, just make sure you lock the door.
Say,
That
I
my
think
mother-
I'm somewhere
When I
between
when I
that.
tell you laissez-faire, that was my mom's approach, right? But my mother was allowed to be laissez-faire because I also grew up in the same house as my grandmother.
Mm.
My grandmother's a bit more strict, but my grandmother was also like, yeah, I'm in my 80s, so I can't
I
beat
don't
you.
care
and-
anymore.
But these, my grandmother's basically, these are just the things I require of you.
The foundation.
Just don't be in jail and all that
And
crap and be
committing
good.
crimes.
Yeah. But I think it's important. But it's left to be seen. I think one of the things we need to do is find out a way that our young people can be safe with Carnival. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a very quick commercial break. Breathe, drink some water, enjoy the AC, which I'm about to turn off, and all these wonderful things. When we come back, we're going to be going into the longer discussion. We're going to be talking about the journey to the crown, or the coronets for the others, talking about the experience of the 2026 ECAB Mr. and Miss Teenage pageant. That name is entirely too long.
Right.
Yes.
It is
But it's
just
our
exact
name at
It
this point.
is just entirely too long. So stay locked, stay tuned to the vibrations here on WTP 93.5 FM. I'm your host, Kamali Mannix, and I'm sure you're hearing all these wonderful youthful voices. We are going to be right back.
hear a steel band. This young gal from Switzerland came down just to get a suntan. In time to witness a Juve morning, see thousands on the street dancing. Just standing there, she listening to the beat. The girl went wild in the street, and she shouting, dance with me. Jumping up in the steel band, look a thing she born in the island. Dance with me. Breaking back, bobbing and weaving, like Muhammad Ali boxing. Dance with me. I never see such a thing yet, that morning I'll never forget. Dance with me. I decide to join the action and accept the invitation. Jump inside of the band, glass a rum in me hand. You should see we how we carry on. Hey.
You're listening to WTP Radio 93.5 FM.
Matter of Fact, a program geared towards discussing the issues, constructive dialogue, answering your questions and concern. Matter of Fact, every Thursday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on WTP Media Network 93.5 with hosts Nambulumbu, Nambulala, and guests. Matter of Fact, discussing issues locally, regionally, and internationally and how these issues affect you. Matter of Fact, tune in and listen.
The rhythm, the energy, the sweet sound of Pan. The stage is set for the State Insurance Company Limited Panorama 2026, coming your way on Saturday, August 1st. Mark your calendars as our incredible steel orchestras prepare to bring you passion, precision, and pure musical excellence to the stage. Who will strike the winning note? On August 1st, prepare for an unforgettable night of music, culture, and carnival spirit. Feel the rhythm, feel the energy, feel the sweet Pan music.
Calypso, Calypso.
Feel the rhythm, feel the power, feel the culture of Antigua Barbuda. Friday, July 31st, the stage is set for the most powerful voices, the sweetest melodies, and the real spirit of Carnival. It's the Cavalier Rum Calypso Monarch Finals live at Carnival City. Will the reigning Calypso Monarch be defending her crown?
The harder they shake, the harder are coming back.
One stage, one microphone, one crown. Who will rise? Who will conquer the Calypso throne? Tickets only $40. Friday, July 31st. It's the Cavalier Rum Calypso Monarch Finals, Carnival City.
Are you ready for adventure, drama, action, horror, and family-friendly films all under one roof? Enjoy the magic of the movies with friends and family at Caribbean Cinemas with the latest Hollywood releases. Get off your couch. Come enjoy a refreshing soda and freshly popped hot popcorn while enjoying the best entertainment in the best environment at Caribbean Cinemas. For movies and schedules, visit CaribbeanCinemas.com. See you at the movies.
Her whole head is missing.
Sunday, August 2nd, one stage, two crowns, and non-stop energy. Inet Party Monarch live at Carnival City. From smooth groovy vibes to pure shell-down power soca. The biggest artists, the maddest performances, the wildest energy, all in one night. Tickets are only $40. Feel the vibes, feel the energy, feel the rhythm.
For 49 years, State Insurance has been more than a promise. It's been a partnership you can rely on, supporting you as you build, operate, and grow your business, allowing you to focus on what matters most. And as you go about your daily routine, State is right there with you. State Insurance Company Limited. 49 years of protection and partnership, so you can live in a better state of mind.
Are you ready?
Last year, we had a party, but this year, we are back for an encore performance.
Are you ready now?
It's the Long Bay Lager Caribbean Melting Pot. Thursday, July 30th, 8 p.m. sharp. Carnival City comes alive.
Showtime in 5, so let we start it.
With the undisputed king of soca, Marshall Montano. Alongside the soca general, Skinny Fabulous. From Grenada, bringing pure jab energy, Muddy. Antigua's reigning soca monarch, Tian Winter. And the carnival baby herself, Tizzy. Straight out of Dominica, Triple K International. Listen out for a heavy supporting cast. This year is the most epic ultimate encore performance. Early bird tickets are only $100. House of Rhythm, $350. Limited offer. Tickets available on the ticketing app and select ticket outlets island-wide. Feel the rhythm of the Caribbean. Catch the encore performance. Let it go!
This is WTP Radio, 93.5 FM, coming to you from the biggest village in the Lanchitas.
In a trance, want to dance first time. The girl go hear a steel band. This young gal from Switzerland came down just to get a suntan. In time to witness a Juve morning. See thousands on the street dancing. Just standing there, she listening to the beat. The girl went wild in the street. And she shouting, dance with me. Jumping up in the steel band. Look at things she born in the island. Dance with me. Breaking back, bobbing and weaving. Like Muhammad Ali boxing. Dance with me. I never see such a thing yet. That morning I'll never forget. Dance with me. I decide to join the action and accept the invitation. Jump inside of the band. Glass of rum in me hand. You should see how we carry on. Hey.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with Vibrations here on WTP 93.5 FM. I am your host, Kamali Manix, and ladies and gentlemen, we are joined in studio with the winning circle, -1. Clear Hall is always the problem. From the 2026 ECAB Mr. and Miss Teenage Pageant. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our participants. Y'all can hear me, right?
Yes.
You sure you can hear me?
Yes.
You sure you can hear me? What did I just say?
What did I just say?
Oh, okay. They aren't slow after all. Lovely. The future is bright. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who do not live under a rock, as you would know, this year we had the edition of the Mr. and Miss Teenage Pageant. As per usual, you know, it's a regular part of our carnival celebrations. Why are my headphones trying to fight me? Right. So we have 5 of our participants in studio, and so I'm going to ask each of them to give us their most pageanty presentation, and they're going to tell us their name, their school, maybe one thing about them, and then the position that they came in the competition. So we're going to start from the young man here, and we're going to go around and end with the light skin there.
Let's go, Zion.
Okay.
Your most pageanty introduction. By the way, I hate pageantry, but such is life.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Good evening, Antigua and Barbuda. I am Zion Joseph, representing the St. Joseph's Academy, and I placed first runner-up male in this year's ECAB Mr. and Miss Teenage Pageant. And one thing about me is that I am in a way, professional singer. Thank you.
Good evening, Antigua and Barbuda. I am Brianna Ellis. I represented the Crescent High School in this year's Mr. and Miss Teenage Pageant. One interesting thing about me is, for some reason, in my 5th form year, I decided to do everything, but it was kind of good because no one had to say on my record.
Good evening, Antigua and Barbuda. I am Soleil Williams, proudly representing the Antigua Grammar School, and I am this year's ECAB Mr. Teenage 2026. One interesting fact about me is that this is not the only title that I hold, as I am Student Council President, the Impromptu Speaking Championship, the Impromptu Speaking Championship winner, and I placed second runner-up in this year's Tourism Youth Congress.
Okay. Good evening, Antigua and Barbuda. I am Catherine Pimentel, proudly representing the finest institution of learning, the Clear Hall Secondary School.
In the village of Clear Hall, you're talking
and
about.
I am this year's ECAB
Or is it that I'm a hater?
Teenage 2026. One fact about me is that my school pride runs deep. I have done enough. I can say my 5 years at Clay Hall were certainly worth it. I was student council vice president. I did netball. I did debates. House captain. I did a lot. And I finished off with a bang by doing teenage pageants. So my school pride is very strong.
Okay. The only thing I like about Clay Hall is the principal.
Okay, that's enough. That's okay. That's fine. Our principal is amazing.
I
She's
absolutely love Lana Richardson.
She's
right?
amazing.
She was my deputy when I was teaching at SNRA. Absolutely love her to death.
Actually, she was the person who told me that I had no other choice but to do the pageant because she already put down my name. I went to her and
That sounds
I
like Miss
said,
Richardson.
I said, I don't think I want to do it. She said, that's too bad. I already put in your name.
Yeah,
So
how
just
unfortunate
go.
for you.
Yeah.
Live with it.
She.
That sounds like a you problem. Yeah. But you see, the thing that I find so interesting about life and about doing a lot of things when you're young is you gain the respect of people who are older than you, which is very rare. And then you're going to find that because of the things that you will do, you will end up in spaces with them.
Right.
So, for example, Mr. Roberts was my last principal when I went to grammar school because I like 4 principals. I had a principal for a week, a year, 2 years, and then Mr. Roberts came when we were just about to leave in 5th form. And life evolving as it is now, I've now ended up having to work with Mr. Roberts.
Wow.
Right? So it's just interesting how life evolves. So I'm going to ask a question that is specific to you guys, and then I'm going to ask a broader question that is specific to everybody.
Okay.
So for Soleil and, remember your name?
Catherine.
Catherine with a K. That's why I find it so interesting. Because I thought your name was Katerina at one point.
Okay.
Yeah. And trust me, I'd call it Katerina with my whole chest.
I've heard Katrina.
Yeah, because it was a hurricane.
Called you Katrina.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so they called me Katrina.
So, what exactly does the title mean to the two of you? Mr. and Miss Teenage.
Would you like to go?
No, ladies first.
Okay.
Yes, gentlemen. Yes, age, yes.
To me, the title mostly belongs to my school. Without my school's representation, I would not be here today. And I don't think the title defines anything. What defines it is the way I carry it. The title would have shown that I would have worked hard, I would have earned it, and I believe that with the title, I should not just allow it to define me, but I should use it to motivate me to do greater things, which is to participate in different initiatives, join different youth groups, and ensuring that Clay Hall lives on. That is what the title means to me.
What is your motto? Striving for excellence?
Yes, striving for excellence.
Yeah, hoping to get there someday. I'm just a hater.
I can tell.
You
I
see,
can tell.
So I'm going to show you the difference between institutions and schools. The Antigua Grammar School is an institution. You know how it is? How you know? Just look at the motto, always flourishing. It means that we have arrived there.
We're getting there.
And we're just going to continue moving. And then for the others, you all are hoping that someday you will get there.
Can I explain what happened? We all know the reputation that Antigua Girls High and Grammar School have had. They were always up. So other schools were still working on getting there, while students who are now being sent to those schools have to just maintain it. We have to now ensure to encourage the other student body to build that reputation.
Yeah. But Clay Hall has had a good reputation. I remember when I was younger, Mrs. Green was the principal. And I know Miss I said what I said. And I know that Miss Richardson, like, that's her goal, to get Clay Hall.
Really her, and she really has done it. Like the comparison with our school 3 years ago and now, different, a whole different ball game.
I mean, she's the type of person who'd be like, oh, your chat too loud, can go home for a week.
Oh yes, go home for a week. Take
Right?
time off.
Okay, let me hear you, Soleil. What does the title mean to you?
Well, I agree with Catherine on many things. Firstly, yes, it does belong to my school because I've been told many times I've put grammar school back on the map inside of this competition, and I believe that it not only means something to my school but a representation of males of this generation. Because when you hear the title Mr. Teenage 2026 and what he's doing is a representation, okay, that's the teenager in Antigua and Barbuda with the title of Mr. Teenage. Many other teenagers will probably have the same mindset, same thought process. So to me, the title is not just something I will carry around. It's not just a crown that I would wear. It is something that I should use to inspire and to motivate others to do greatness themselves. It's a title I should use to, in a sense, make the perception of Antiguan youth, especially in the male sector, as positive as possible.
Okay, so for each of you, thank you. Wait, where time pay for anything? When the mic off, what I'm doing. Work with me, Tanti. Work with me. Don't try and embarrass me. Work with me. Right? So for each of you, and I'm going to start with Zion and come around again. What was the inspiration for you? What inspired you to join the pageant, basically, if there was any?
What was your driving force, Zion? Let's hear it.
Thank you for that question. I wouldn't say I necessarily had a driving force per se.
You're commanded by your principal.
No, let me talk.
Because usually most of the participants from SJA, that's usually their story. I was commanded. What happened?
So for me, it really and truly started back in really third form. I'm going into fifth form now.
Right.
So it started back in third form when I would have first basically put myself on the local St. Joe's Academy map by joining the choir. Well, the glee club first, and then the choir, and then also being a member of the Abiso Inspire Choir. That also helped with my my role in the SJ school choir by getting solos and just basically being the captain when our leader wasn't there. So I would take control in that aspect. Then from there, I believe I would have moved on to debate. I was never an actual speaker for the actual competition, but I was a huge researcher, and as you guys would have probably heard in my speech, I helped to do the research along with others to help bring St. Joe's Academy to the first place position in this year's inter-secondary school debating series.
Yes.
Long title, but you have to say it, you know. Then from there, my next big step, my favorite step actually would have been not only winning the local oratorical competition here in Antigua, but also placing third in Jamaica against regional islands such as Cayman Islands, Barbados, Jamaica. And up to now, it still feels surreal that I managed to place third among, I think, about 12 other contestants, and being my first time as well. So from there, I was like, you know, I'm doing all of this, yes, and then summer's around the corner, and I have been asked multiple times to do teenage pageant. I'm like, I'm not gonna have another lineup like this again. Like from choir to debate to oratory, I won't be able to have a chance to say, let me top it off with teenage pageant. So said, so done. And I managed to come first runner-up. And that was basically my drive to do teenage pageant this year.
So you're basically en route to doing that anyway.
Yes.
It was just the final push.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Right.
Yes, Brianna.
Let's go, Brianna Ellis.
Wait, said? Right. Next is okay. Place them and forget who we. This is Brianna.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Brianna. What inspired you to participate in the competition?
They chose volleyball team already, and that made me really, like, I was so upset. I cried every day, but I decided, no, I can't cry. Every opportunity that I get to, like, make my statement, make, like, a footprint in the school, in my last year at Christ the King, I was gonna make
Right.
Knowing that
Excelsior.
had not been in tennis pageant for 7 years, I told myself I'm gonna go, and even if I don't place or I don't win, I will be the first Excelsior girl in 7 years. That's enough.
Right. You brought it back.
I'm going to bring the Excelsior spirit back.
Right.
I did Queen of the Forms, and for it being my first pageant, actually being my first competition, like solo, like I had to do that. I won, and yes, I was really mean for my face after I won, after I heard the results. But it was all worth it because I got to join teenage pageant, be the first Excelsior girl, not just saying that, and I got to meet so many new people. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I was afraid. It showed on my face when I went on the first day, but
It really did.
I'm so happy that I did it. Being placed second runner-up, it means a lot because placing in front of entire Antigua, that's a flex in itself, in my opinion.
You can't tell me if I get the question. I don't want to believe that that's what you really try to tell me. Meles Bonham, sickest doctrina.
The truth is hard to believe sometimes.
Thank you very much. One of the best. Go ahead, darling, tell me.
What inspired me was basically myself because from a very young age, I've always been interested in pageantry. And, watching, I was like, okay, one day I'm going to be on the stage. I missed my opportunity to enter Obtain's Petite due to COVID-19. But as I entered high school, I was like, I can't complete high school and not enter teenage
Right.
pageant. So I got the opportunity earlier in the year to participate in the Antilles Girls Queen of the Forms pageant, and I won, winning 2 out of 3 of the segments. I was very proud, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to teenage pageant. So being able to represent my school, I was pretty proud of myself, and I wasn't nervous at all. I was like, I'm going to have fun, put my best foot forward, and the journey overall was quite great, really great. I made a lot of friends. The committee, they were pretty nice to us. They always pushed us to do better. And I'm gonna really miss the memories, the bus rides home, the fun practice sessions. It was all really great, and I'm really proud to say that although I didn't capture the title for my school again, I got pretty close to doing it, and it was really great overall. I'm so happy.
All right, so let me hear. What inspired you to join the pageant?
What inspired me? I kind of had a very similar experience to Zion, where in third form I was asked to do it, and I did not see myself doing it in a million years, right? But then fourth form came, and for some reason, when fourth form came, everything like I'm winning this, I'm winning that. I got student council president. I won the impromptu speaking championship. I played second runner up in the Youth Tourism Congress, the National Youth Tourism Congress. And then I was confronted by my vice principal,
Mrs. Frederick or Miss Gilbert?
Mrs. Frederick.
I love
Sorry,
Mrs.
Dr. Frederick. Dr.
I
Frederick.
love
She has
Mrs.
the title
Frederick
now.
in my whole heart.
In January, I believe, and she told me, okay, she like out of everybody in grammar school, you're the only hope that we have. I think that's how she put it. That if memory serves me right.
They could have used the Mora.
So we shan't bring up other people's names. Anyways, right? So from there, it was like, okay, Sully, I'm in this. This is the end of my fourth form year before I go into fifth form. And I don't know when I go fifth form, I want 10 grade ones.
Oh, but
Right? So let me put in as much effort
ahead,
in my fourth form year so that fifth form year I can just focus on CXC.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
And then my drive from there was love for my school. Right? First off, the last time we won was 9 years ago. And the person who won 9 years ago, he was very similar to me in the things that I did for the school.
Yeah, because Amar did all them fancy stuff. Is that Amar?
Oh, yeah, Amar Singh. Yeah, right? And
He
I
was
was
about
like,
a year or two behind me.
yeah, I was like, okay, Sully, right? 9 years, we haven't won this. And like the couple years beforehand, everybody get second runner up. I have to break this curse. So I pull up my bootstraps and backside and win this. I was like, Sully.
Must be fun to be a teenager.
I was like, Sully, I can't let this opportunity pass, and I don't put my best foot forward, right? And I made sure to put my best foot forward in every single.
Which one, the left foot or the right foot?
Oh my God.
Sir. Yes, sir. I frog jumped.
All right, so for you guys, and anybody can answer this question because I guess everybody's perspective will also differ. What would you say was the most challenging aspect of preparing for the pageant?
Mentality.
You can't just say a word and not explain, Uncle. Go ahead, explain.
For me,
Go closer to the mic.
personally, when I say mentality, I mean I would have done Junior Calypso. I would have been behind the scenes for the bait. I would have, gone to Jamaica to represent the Twin Island nation. But to do, personally, as we know, St. George's Academy has had a streak, 2024-2025 of Mr. Teenage. And for me, going into the pageant, at first, I will always tell myself, do your best and push yourself. But as I got closer to the show, that went out the window. All of a sudden in my head, I'm like, okay, this person did this in 2024, person did this in 2025, it's my turn now, can I do this? And another thing in my head was that I personally believe in manifestation a lot. And I realized that this time around, I was iffy with it. Because I'm like, I'm not going in something to lose. Like, I'm not wasting my time.
I don't think anybody's ever said, I'm going to go inside this competition. I want to be that person. Someone can shake and be like, good job.
No, let me give someone else a chance. I've never heard anybody say that.
So I did intend to win, but I was like, at what cost for myself? Because I want to be a musician when I grow up. And in my teenage years, I'm using as many platforms as I can as possible. I'm not necessarily trying to leave this great mark in just pageantry or just Junior Calypso or just oratory. I want to have this as like a bounce board to then push myself further into my music career.
So you just use Harvey basically?
Sorry?
So you just used us?
No,
so you just used an entire nation just for your career?
Different skills that we use to build ourselves in the future. Because my family, every time I would go into a practice or something like that, they come and say they never had this opportunity. So I'm there and I'm like, y'all know I got y'all. But when it got to the night of, everyone in here would know, I had a meltdown because I think it was after talent going into interview. I just broke down because the creative didn't go as planned. The talent didn't go as planned. I sound like I couldn't sing. I'm going to be so honest.
Nobody took a video of him crying?
Yeah.
There's a video?
No.
Look at you. Go ahead.
Well, if there is one, that's fine.
Such is life.
It's human.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us. Trust
Don't
me.
use the video.
No, there's one where I sing it. Don't worry.
Yeah. So it's just something where I realized that even though it is for the school at the end of the day, I remember that I have to put myself in there too.
Right.
Because I myself am not St. Joseph's Academy.
And you don't want to become a meme either.
Right. So I just said, I'll just put my best foot forward, both of them, like so they do a little frog jump. And then from there, you see the benefits of your labor. So
all right. No problem.
I don't think there was a challenging point. Yes, there was a lot of sacrifice. So, you can't go party with friends, you can't go movies, because you have practice. But challenging, I don't think there was hard work, which comes with everything great in life. The hard work and sacrifice. But the committee was very helpful. They guided us a lot. They ensured that we were good. We were okay. We were taken care of. And then additionally, when you have your trainers, or if you have support from your school, a lot of the stress you will have is just for you to go on that stage and do what you have to do. But behind the scenes, when you have that support, a lot of the stress does come off. So I don't think there was any challenging point apart from the practices and the obvious.
So who are the members of the committee? Carolina Dubry,
Miss Albert,
Mr. Christopher, Miss Dorset, There's another
Miss
lady.
Henry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Miss Waldron. I was trying to remember her name.
Miss Odon, yes, the senator.
Yeah, the senator.
The who?
Senator.
Yes, the senator. Yeah.
Angelica O'Donoghue.
Yes.
Oh, Angelica.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. O'Donoghue is actually a Scottish
I
name.
see her face. But I remember it's Miss W. I see her face.
No,
Miss Waldron.
Yes, thanks.
Miss Waldron. Yes.
I did not know her last name for the longest.
The committee was very supportive. They were very helpful. They ensured that practices weren't as stressful, as unnecessarily stressful as they needed to be. We did have a lot of fun. They ensured that we had fun. There were points where it was just leisure. And before each practice, they ensured to ask us, how are things going? Do you guys need any assistance in anything? Yes, check-in. Our daily check-ins, we always had check-ins. And even when it came points where we had dress rehearsal, where it was serious, it still was not a point that was like, oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. They ensured that we were good. And so, yes, we had to make sure we met those deadlines or they even come to practice.
Most importantly, they fed us.
Yes.
Oh my
we
God.
were taking care.
This sounds like 50 cents a day can feed this child.
I didn't get the most food. There are practices I didn't eat because of my dietary standards.
Okay.
Anyway, so switching the question a bit. So you guys have to do the preparation, and usually when these pageants are happening, it is what I think a lot of people underestimate is we see the finished product.
Right.
So we go to ARG or we sit down in front of our phone or laptop or TV and we watch. We don't realize that there's literally months and months and months and months of preparation, teaching them how to smile, walk, even when they take y'all all over to practice y'all and whatever, and y'all have to do your little king and queen wave and introduce yourself all over the place and all the rest of it, right? So in the competition itself, which segment would you say required the most work? Especially take into account your own strengths and weaknesses. Which part you said you had to put the most work into bringing out, or as you say, putting forward that best foot, the right foot. My right foot is actually my better foot. My left foot looks kind of weird, but I think my right foot is the better one.
Sir, power in numbers. We must always believe power in numbers.
Okay.
Yeah, there's that too, but I have the same amount of toes on each foot.
This segment, I think I had the most. Well, I didn't have struggle with it, but I had to work on more. Would have been the talent, because I did debates, so I'm a natural speaker. My speech is speaking, question and answer speaking, and my creative research was in a court setting. So it was simply me speaking, doing exactly what I do in debate. And even though I did speak in my talent, getting into character would have been the struggle. And then also for my talent,
what was your character?
My character, I was a teacher.
Ugh.
I was basically a teacher because I do want to have a bilingual early childhood center. I've always liked teaching, and a lot of teachers would have discouraged me. But it is something
you're going
that I
to
do
be broke.
And I like babies as well. So
you're going to be broke. Look at me and answer my look at me and answer my question.
I plan to have
Look at me and answer my question. Are you okay with being broke?
No, I'm gonna have side hustles.
Oh, okay.
Yes, there will be many.
As do all of us.
That was mostly the most preparation. My creative research, I got that down pack less than 3 days. That was the easiest thing because it
he
came
meant
natural.
to chat GPT.
No, I did my research.
What was the creative research though? Because I didn't get to see the whole pageant because I was working.
Best description.
Creative research was essentially we had to cover either a genre or an individual within a genre and explain their cultural significance to
basically
our country.
Educational.
Yes, educational.
Okay.
But not be boring and go up there. And in 1952,
right? So it had to have some kind of background and creativity, right? It had to have something blend in.
In fact, speaking of the creative research, I think that was the most difficult part for me. Not in terms of delivery, but in terms of
understanding. Right.
How are we going? How we spent I think it was after the final creative research check is when I definitely this is what I'm doing.
Yes,
here's the thing with the creative research. At first we're gonna do a poem, but then consider the thing. I have two trainers, Miss Joseph and Miss Stevens, right? Whenever it came to
I love Miss Stevens.
Oh yeah, everybody does.
Yeah, she's so sweet. Y'all listen out.
See, if y'all go to grammar school, y'all
just have to love Miss Stevens.
Miss Stevens.
Yeah, you just have to love Miss Stevens. She's just the best.
Yeah. But when it came to write like question and answer, the speech and everything, that was always Miss Joseph. So she was trying to, write the poem for the creative research. And then the creative trainer, which is Miss Stevens, she worked on the talent and in terms of presentation and everything. Yeah, that's Miss Stevens, right? She had the ideas like, no, I'm not resonating with it.
I'm not pleased.
We spent like about a whole week thinking. And then my brother, because he was originally supposed to be in there, but we had a problem. We didn't want, a human prop on stage to take away from my performance.
Right.
My brother was like, okay, he was a calypsonian, whatever. You know what? Let me think. Extempo, right? And then from there, I'm like, okay, let me hear how it sound, right? And it sound good. I was like, okay, but then the man cussed me off about a week because, you're not singing it properly. And all sorts of stuff.
Constructive criticism.
Yes.
Okay.
I understand.
So here's my question. Who did you do for your creative research?
I chose Burning Flames. Basically, I chose to focus on a controversial topic we have in Antigua and Barbuda, where most individuals will see jam band as vulgar to the youth. And I don't believe that it is.
I think it's freeing up. Who did you research?
I did Sir Dr. Prince Ramsey,
Sir Prince
calypso
Ramsey.
songwriter and physician.
Andresa, who did you research?
I did a diverse piece on King Short Shirt and
King
how
Short
it
Shirt.
represents the earlier times and Claudette keeping our legacy alive.
Short Shirt is quite possibly one of the greatest calypsonians ever. Brianna, tell me.
You see, that's the thing. He's gonna say calypso, but he sang Benna songs as well.
I know. Because the origin of calypso is actually Benna, yeah?
Right.
Tell me, darling. Let me hear you. Who? Burning Flames.
My persona, and I call her Ellis A because my last name is Ellis, and I want
LSA.
to become a calypsonian in my creative research. But in my digital prop, I went and I knocked on King Shortshirt's door, and basically I went into his house and told him I had teenage project the next day, and I wanted to borrow one of his suits
Right.
because I didn't know what to wear on stage. And
He gave it to you?
Yes, she came out with the suit.
his suit, and on the stage I had one of his signed photographs. And I mean, I would say it wasn't on a particular calypsonian, but I was talking about calypso, and I was the calypsonian Ellis A. I was actually considering going into junior next year.
Oh, wow.
I think so. And this is it's so interesting because I'm going to give you, the theme song to my show is actually a Short Shirt song, right? What a lot of people don't realize, soca is actually derived from calypso.
Yes.
The only difference is calypso plays a heavy focus on brass music.
Right.
So the trumpets and so on. So what you do, you take out the brass, you put in what I call it, percussion instruments. So piano and drums and so on. But if you look at the words, the whole 9 yards, it's exactly the same, right? The only difference is the instruments that are used in either or. And so I think because of that, and the executions, I think because of that, I don't know, Short Shirt and King Obstinate are like, to me, two of the greatest. And this is just like a historical background. I was a history teacher, by the way. So there's one year that there was a calypso competition, and King Obstinate's song was called Crucifixion. And, we would call it like a diss track.
Oh.
So it was like a diss track to Short Shirt. Wow. And what he did was nail a cross in St. John's City. Because the name of the song is Crucifixion.
They had
right?
beef back in the day?
Huh?
They had beef?
Clearly so late.
No, I know the two of them had
it
problems,
wasn't
but
beef,
they had
but it's
beef.
like, like this creative rivalry kind of vibe, but it was good because it fit into the competition.
Oh, so
there was also a song called Resurrection that King Obstinate also did. King Obstinate had a hearse drive up on the stage, and he came out in a coffin, right? So when you talk about dedication to artistry, these people were just the best of the best. Tell me, Zian, who you did for your creative research?
For my creative research, I focused on the steel pan drill master because it took me and my parents and my team it took us a while to think of what to do for creative research because we didn't want to sound too repetitive because everyone is doing calypso, jam band, those genres, iron band. So I wanted to think of something creative. So the focus was steel pan, but we were like, what about steel pan?
Right.
So we decided to go down to no, we okay. Hold on.
Breathe,
Take your
breathe,
time.
breathe.
So personally, I never watched Harry Potter until this year. And my parents were trying to introduce it to me for a while. But you know, in the moment we're focusing on the pageant, I don't have time
We don't have
to
time
watch
for
Harry
that.
Potter yet.
Oh, really?
But
No.
it was my little brother and my dad who came up with the idea that like, you have a magician, I have a steel pan. So I'm like, what are you trying to get at, dear? And I think of a steel pan magician. So I'm like, okay, that's creative, yes, but what about the steel pan magician? No. So then that's when we decided to look at the roles in a steel pan orchestra other than just the player. Because anybody, once they put in the hard work, can play a pan. But
Right.
when we have these big competitions, who helps all of these players prepare for this one big performance?
Right.
That would be the drill master. So, big up Halcyon. They would have allowed me and my team to go down to their panyard and just have like an interview, learn more about the drill master, see how they get things done, the section leader, how if the drill master isn't there, who takes over. So that's basically what I did for my creative research.
And I think that's the beauty of that segment because we all had to go and do research. It's not just go and say Burning Flames originated in the we actually had to do research and do a piece where people will be intrigued to actually educate themselves from the research.
Yeah.
So I think that that segment was really good, especially on the educational aspect.
Yeah,
And I
speaking
think that's the part of it that we love because most Antiguans don't pay attention to our history.
No, they
And
don't.
they
so
don't.
there's a
They'll
lot
jump
of
up.
there's a lot of
Jump up and down.
Antigans who have done absolutely amazing, outstanding things, and we underestimate it. So one of the things I often like to do, and even reference it to my nieces, in 1958, before Britain started giving independence to a lot of its colonies, they actually attempted to bring all them together as one country called the
Yes.
West Indian Federation. Antigua was one of two countries that appointed a woman to the Senate.
Oh, wow.
We appointed a woman named Alberta Higgins, and I'm going to tell you why she stands out. First of all, she's one of two. So the federal Senate was two people from each territory. So two people from Trinidad, two people from Barbados, two people from Jamaica. VC Bird appointed a man, and he
And a woman.
appointed Alberta Higgins as a woman. Why she stands out is because when steel pan started out, a lot of the steel pan players could not read music. She was a music teacher. And so she's credited with teaching them the formal rules and structure of music.
Right.
And so that is what made her stand out in the cultural scene. But you see, people like that, we don't talk
Acknowledge
about.
them.
My neighbor was the first black principal of the Antigua Girls High School.
Wow.
Her name is Ilma James, one of the few black girls to go to Antigua Girls High School. And when the government bought high school and grammar school from the Anglican Church, they appointed her as the first black principal. Mind you, she walks around the village, she still exercises. She's like probably in her 90s by now.
Wow.
And again, it was only a day. I was in her house. But she has all these plaques. So she was principal of high school, principal of Otters, principal of Jennings. And I was like, wait, you're principal of high school? She's like, yeah. And then she showed me this magazine. She was the first black woman ever appointed to be a principal of high school.
Wow.
And so you have all of these individuals. Edgar Davis, the first principal of Clear Hall Secondary, that nobody talks about.
No.
Nobody talks about. And these people have made such an amazing contribution to
Right.
Antigua and Barbuda.
And that is basically, that practice is harming us because how do we not know such important facts? Is as a future of Antigua and Barbuda, how are we able to keep on these legendary names if we do not know them?
You know what? I'm going to give you all a challenge.
Okay.
I'll buy any one of you lunch.
Oh,
Right?
let's go. Let's go.
Let me think now.
No, no, okay, I'm excited about the food part, but here's the trick. I want you to tell me the 4 individuals who have served as Governor General of Antigua and Barbuda.
Okay.
In correct order. Let me just add that in there because you're all excited. In correct order.
Sorry, Governor General.
Governors General, all 4. Yeah, I can't talk to each other now. And if you talk to each other, I will hear. So you can't thief. And there are cameras on all of
I
you.
know Mr. Williams is the current.
Yes, I know.
He's
Sir,
the current one.
Sir
right?
Ronnie Williams.
He's the current one.
That is shameful.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm
sir, if you
sorry.
say prime ministers, then let me go. But
It's only been 3.
Only been 3 what?
It was like
Prime Minister.
that we need the school should continue working alongside the Ministry of Education to include our history, culture, and traditions into our schools.
Right, because
this is a very important.
I did Caribbean history, and all we learned about is the others get blow.
No,
We never learned this, yeah?
Yeah, here's the thing with Caribbean history. Yeah, what I realized this when I came to secondary school. In primary school, I learned about such and such is in Antigua, this and this and that. As soon as I reached secondary school, the Caribbean, and in the Caribbean they had slaves. And I was like, yeah, but what? Yeah, but I don't hear anything about Antigua.
You want the answer to the question?
Pardon?
You want the answer to the question?
No, I have it.
You have it?
Oh, here what he do.
We
So
have.
here how you.
Yeah,
So here the
so
thing. I am
from
seated behind the view.
November-
Wait, I am
from
seated
our
behind the
day
view.
of
And
independence
elevated. I can see it up on your phone. You can't get it.
June 10th, 1993.
Sir
We have
Wilfred
Sir Wilfred Jacobs. Then we have
knew
Sir
that now.
James Carlisle from June 10, 1993 to
2007.
I think June 30, 2007. Then we have Dame Louise Lake Tack. Did I pronounce that right?
Correct.
But the
Thank
next
you.
one is Rodney Williams,
From
guys.
July 17,
The next one is Rodney Williams,
2007
right?
to August 14 to wait, what?
2014.
August 14. And then we have our current Governor General, Sir Rodney Williams, who took office
do I get half lunch?
from August 14th to present.
Artificial intelligence.
Hey, I hear you. It's a chat GPT, the brother up on the phone now.
I don't use ChatGPT. I don't use ChatGPT.
Right? But those are actually the
brain
four.
matters.
Yes.
And I'm going to give you some interesting things. So one, all four of them went to a single-sex school. So Rodney went to grammar school, Dame Louise went to high school, and so Wilfred went to Grenada Boys Secondary School. He wasn't Antiguan by birth. His father was Antiguan. Right? And all of them studied either two professions, medicine or law.
Wow.
So Rodney's a doctor, Dame Louise was a nurse, and then a lawyer and a magistrate.
Wow.
Sir James was a dentist, and Sir Wilfred was a lawyer. So basically, in order for you to be Governor General, study medicine or law.
wait, so Manix, I want
That's
to
the key
become
to the
a
trick.
neuroscientist. You're saying I'm going to become Governor
Governor General. We've been telling you this. He doesn't have to tell you that.
You have these options. So
I'm telling you, I'm going to call it in like 15 years, no, 20 years.
Probably
Soleil
40
is going to be
years.
somewhere involved in politics.
So then here's the question I'm going to give so that we can start wrapping up the show because
For
we've
lunch?
gone over our time. Yeah. So for you guys, there's a lot of young people across Antigua and Barbuda who often struggle from confidence. They often doubt themselves. They often think they can't. They often think I could never enter into that competition because I am less than, I am not good enough, whatever. So what would be your words of encouragement to these young people who figure I could never enter teenage pageant, or I can never be or enter or do something great, or what would be your words to them?
My words to them would be, first of all, comparison is a thief of joy. So if you sit and compare yourself to an individual who would have done teenage pageant, you are basically stripping yourself of an opportunity to grow. And then also, it's best to say, at least I tried, instead of saying, wow, I graduated and I never go to the pageant that the people in the tell me to go do. It's always best to just do it instead of having the regret that like, oh my gosh, I should have done it. And look, now I finished school, I can't do it no more. So I think that avoiding comparison and simply doing stuff, just
do it.
Just do it. Get out of your head and stop having this thought that's like, I'm going to go and I'm going to embarrass myself. How do you know that? Did somebody from the future come and tell you you're going to go to teenage pageant and embarrass yourself? No. So just do it, do your best, and stop allowing your mind and the thought of stress and procrastination get to you.
Soleil's a meme, though.
Not only that.
Soleil's a sticker.
Oh.
I mean, I've been a
I'm going to
sticker.
show you all the picture. Look on the screen. Y'all see that smile? That smile coming like when somebody say, yo, I just buy a bucket to Kentucky. Right? So,
But that will come into the fun part.
Right? And that's it. So
That
let me
should
hear
be
you.
the fun part of it.
It is.
It's a fun, just funny moments, funny memories.
And that's the thing, right? Many people are too caught up with, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to be perfect. No, just have fun.
Just have fun,
Because here's the thing, with someone who's always stressed, it never leads to anything. Someone who has fun and just doesn't care of the result, they
Like
would just
me.
have fun, they're going to get
I'm
far.
a
They're gonna
24/7 pappy show.
Yes,
Right.
they're going to get further than
And
the
I'm
person
sure you
who's...
have a lot of fun.
Yes,
I do.
it's going to... Because once you have fun and you're in your element and you're just enjoying yourself, the natural outcome is, okay, whatever I'm working towards, as long as I'm having fun and I'm putting positive energy into it, it's going to be good. Or I'm going to be satisfied. If I'm over here, I'm going to be like, oh, I have to do this and I have to do that. And I'm going to be so uptight. And, oh, I can't do this and that. What do you expect? It's gonna come out in your behavior. It's gonna come out in your performance.
And
So So no matter what nobody say, because people tell me, oh, you can papi show yourself and you can't sing and da 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 in front of Antigua, you can't. No, because I'm just gonna have fun and
Right.
enjoy myself. And I encourage everybody who's listening, even those, tell a neighbor, tell a friend, tell a loved one, just do it. Have fun and just do it. Because at the end, you can enjoy yourself. It's gonna feel great.
Look on the
I tell you.
screen. That was our first Governor General. That's Sir Wilfred Jacobs.
Wow.
Yes. Tell me, Zian, what would be your encouragement to young people?
Okay. I like to start off by telling them that that voice in your head that's probably telling you you shouldn't do it.
Ignore it.
Not only should you ignore it, but if you get the chance to prove that voice wrong and then prove to yourself that there's different versions of yourself that have the confidence to go on stage and deliver. There's versions of you that can stay up the late nights or the early mornings to put in the practice if you really want it. I want to show people, young, old, middle-aged, however, I want to let them know that once you can prove that voice wrong, there's nothing to stop you. And then from there, you get a ton of opportunities because it may not be teenage pageant. It could be that play your grade 3 teacher is trying to find a character for. No, that's where it started for me.
These clubs.
Yeah. So once you get that opportunity, always aim for it. It may not come out how you want it.
Right.
But a wise person once told me what is for you will be for you.
Right.
So once you take every opportunity that comes your way and you do your best going forward, you will find a way to come out even stronger and better than before.
Right. So then also to add to that, the thought of like, oh, these 14 contestants went and they did their best. To think that there was not work put in that is ridiculous. Nobody's born doing anything. We all had a process of learning. Yes, we all have our different talents and skills, but we all had to learn and perfect that talent or that skill. So don't allow the thought of they went and did so good, I will never meet up to that, stop you from doing
Because
something.
at the end of the day, everybody who did that is human.
Right.
And you're a human.
Right.
So if you did that and you're, competent, you're able, you're everything.
What means I can't do it?
Yeah.
Because you can't.
Right.
Andres and Brianna, let me hear you. What are your words of inspiration to our young people who need it?
For somebody going to teenage pageant, I think you need to just don't think about it. Like
Right.
Just do it. If you really just put your mind to it, you don't even have to put your mind to it. Actually,
Don't put no thought in it.
Yeah,
just do it.
Just do it.
So I was like to you, and out of nowhere, I was just like, I'm gonna go to teenage pageant because I want to be on the big stage. That was literally my mindset. And coming from a place of no confidence, if you really are a young person and you want to make yourself known, you want to get out there, it can also be a stepping stone to, you never know, you could become the first female prime minister. But it could have always started with teenage pageant or that school pageant or that school play when you were in grade 3 and you teach you can't do it because you have a snotty nose. It's always best to try and fail than to not try at all.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
What I would say is, no matter what you're doing, to always put your best foot forward. Never let an opportunity pass.
Right.
Yes.
Because you never know where it could take you in life, like Brianna said. I live by this motto where it's the sky's the limit. The sky's not the limit, it is only the beginning of true growth.
Right.
And I believe that you should never tell yourself that you can't do something because you never know until you really
Right.
Yes.
so once you just have fun, have confidence, authenticity, whether it may be a pageant or anything else in life, that can take you very far. So, never just only think about winning. Just think about what you can gain
From
what
the
you do.
experience, right?
Andressa for Prime Minister.
Right, because you're not just going on stage to win a title. You're meeting a lot of new people.
Oh, yes.
You're getting new friends. You're being exposed to Antigua and Barbuda, and you can use that as an opportunity to grow yourself.
Yes.
And to give your school more exposure,
Yes.
show that your school is capable. Like the Clear House Secondary School is capable.
Boy.
Right, that we are capable.
Boy.
So it's not just about who wins or who doesn't. it's about how you take this opportunity and the
Yes.
learning part of it, right? Because I believe that the true pageant is what goes on before the night of the show.
And after.
I believe that the day of the show is just a display of what you've been doing for the past 2 months.
really
But I
is.
think the true pageant is how you conduct yourself, what you have learned, and how you're gonna use this experience to grow. That's what I think the true pageant is.
Brianna close us off.
Let's go, Brianna.
Brianna for Brez. Yes.
I just wanted to add on to what Catherine said before I close off. I also think not only what happens before the show, but especially what happens after the show. Because never did I think I'd be sitting here. on the
Right.
radio, but
Yes.
close off.
With a whole sash.
But to close off, I just want to say good night, everybody. We had a lot of fun. We have to thank Manic for having us.
Yes, thank you, Mannix.
And we hope he will buy us food.
He will.
Yes, he definitely will.
I will what?
You'll buy us lunch that you promised?
Yeah,
Yes,
dinner's
it's
on
being
you.
recorded. Yes, it
Yes.
was promised. Yes.
Yeah.
You got me on shame now.
Oh, we're close to Sweeties. Oh, Sweeties is
Yeah.
not even a mile away.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's Sweeties
And
burger.
it's so unfortunate y'all going home hungry.
Wow.
Okay.
I'll think about it and then I'll tell Dubry.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
I'll see what I think. I'll see how I feel. I'll see
Yes.
if
I'm
the
on it.
spirit.
Think about
Yes.
all the stress we've had for the
Yeah,
past
think-
2 months.
Yeah, think about grammar school.
So they can sing
girl-
at your
your
wedding,
girl-
right?
Your girl me not married nobody. So yeah, all right. Yeah.
At your birthday.
Yeah,
Oh,
birthday.
yeah, that's a fact.
Okay. Okay.
But yes, you want to say shout out to Festivals Commission as the lead agency responsible for the planning of the Caribbean
And ECAB.
greatest summer festival. You girl,
Our
you doing it
future,
all,
our
you doing
bank.
it all,
Our
wow.
future, our bank, amen.
Me and about
Uh-huh.
party. Shout out to ECAB who was the title
Sponsors.
sponsor
We all love
of
ECAB.
the
We all love.
and the
I have
team's
2
pageant.
bags from ECAB right now. I love ECAB.
I love ACB. I'm biased, but ECAB is a close third. Right, but ECAB, we love you. You know, well, they love you. That's important.
We do love you.
Yeah, we love you.
To the team led by my good friend, Mr. Nielsen Dubry.
Yes.
We talked together at SNI. We remain friends. Mr. Christopher, the whole team. Well done. You know, it's important that we carry on the culture. To my guests, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
For being here.
Thank you.
You know, you guys look like Gaston gave you a little water to able to bathe. And that's a good thing. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Cleanliness is next to godliness.
Right.
Yes.
Gaston gave us the water, but you know the Sweeties meal will be amazing.
Me the care, you know.
Uh,
Me the care, you know. Me soon care, I even funny.
Just think about
Yeah,
the night of
'cause
the
it-
show. Think about the night of the show.
You know, I was in my bed sleeping.
There's a recording. You can think about it. Like go home and watch it and think about it.
You know, I actually think I need to do that.
Yes.
Because I didn't get to watch the whole thing.
Oh, no, watch the whole
'cause
show.
For the
You
past,
gonna love
couple,
'em.
for the
It was
past
worth
couple
it.
of years, I've gone in person because I had students participating. So the first year was Gabrielle, then the year Lutrell participated, and then last year was
Jakira.
So my nieces dragged me and we all went. So usually I'm there in person. So I think this year is the first time, and I think it's because I've stopped teaching, so I no longer care. It's the first time in a long time.
So
that I
the
haven't
year
been there.
the year that grammar school when your alma mater, you stay home.
Your mommy never invited me, so that's why. You should feel bad. You should be ashamed of yourself. You could have messaged me and invite me too, so you're also
You
part
see, it
of the
was a
problem.
sign for him to go home and watch it again.
No.
Watch it
And not buy y'all food. Amen. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it was an absolute pleasure being with all of you. Claire Hurst, which is one of our regular watchers, she says, excellent conversation and positive energy. Have a safe weekend. And I think that is an excellent message. Ladies and gentlemen, T-shirt masses tomorrow, which officially starts the Caribbean's greatest summer festival.
safe.
We're asking everybody to enjoy, have fun, stay safe.
fun.
You're expected home. Know your limits, know your tolerance, stay with your friends. Shun the very appearance of the devil. And to the young people out there, especially the young man in them, must if they say they're out and rude boy, it doesn't make you look cool. You actually look retarded.
Right.
Please stop.
Right.
Please stop. Nobody that decent.
And-
Lotion is not expensive.
Yeah. and keep your pants on your waist, please.
Yes,
Nobody wants to see that.
We want to see belts and pants on waist.
Nobody wants to see that.
We don't want to
can
see
rest
your
assured.
undergarments.
Nobody heard what Katrin said. Oh, I don't know. Katrin said lotion.
Lotion is not
is
expensive.
not expensive.
Neither do you.
Neither is deodorant. What expensive, but
Yeah, hygiene is for meals too. It's not. It's, like, Come on.
Right. It doesn't make you feminine or
Uh-uh.
gay to be hygienic. Please take your
The
hygiene.
guy will love you more if you smell better.
Right.
Rest assured.
It's not always about the girls. You will love yourself more if you smell well.
Anyways, everybody enjoy your weekend. See you guys next week. We should have Mr. Kieran Murdoch on, assuming that there's nothing that will stop me from being able to be here. If there's a carnival show happening, you know, Dave is free to tell me, you know, all of these wonderful things. But everybody, good evening. Enjoy your weekends.
In a trance, want to dance first time. The girl go hear a steel band. This young gal from Switzerland came down just to get a suntan. In time to witness a Juve morning. See thousands on the street dancing. Just standing there, she listening to the beat. The girl went wild in the street and she shouting down.